Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Sport in Limerick soccer show, where we're joined by Craig O'Brien of the Limerick Youth Service and Jason O'Connor, who you might know from our Sport in Limerick soccer podcast. For the purpose of this, though, Jason, we're talking to you in your position as Limerick County Regional Development Officer for the Football Association of Ireland, and we're talking about a programme that's going to be started on the 4th of October, Jason, in the Rathkeela, Skeeton area and the wider area, I suppose, for yourself. It's going to be a program that you can probably expand on, I suppose, a bit more. It'd be better off if you telling about what the program will be about and the specifics of the program.
Thanks, Adrian. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be online with you again. It's a Fit for Life program run by the FEI in conjunction with Limerick Youth Service, and I suppose Lisa Quirk is the driving force behind it. She's a youth worker coordinator in the Rathkeela and Skeeton area. So in conjunction with the UBU and Froiga, we're running out the 6-week program. It's really to help people over 18s, Adrian, in the area to improve their physical and mental well-being. I suppose it's a holistic approach to working with people in the area. As you said, it's a 6-week program. There'll be 2 fitness, football, boxercise kind of sessions each week. We'll fitness test the participants at the beginning and at the end of the program to see, obviously, the baseline where they're beginning, and then to see the improvements they've made through the work that we're going to do with them. I think it's a fantastic program, Adrian. It's a holistic approach, really, I suppose, to helping people using fitness and football. For the physical side of it, Craig will give you a bit more information on the personal development side, but we will have Anthony O'Shaughnessy coming in working with the participants. We'll have a cooking element to the program as well, just to encourage the participants to cook healthy and nutritious meals for themselves at home, as opposed to maybe getting takeaways and stuff like that, Adrian. So I think it's a fantastic initiative and really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it certainly is. And Craig, as Jason mentioned, it's a very holistic approach. It's not just based on football per se, just because the FEI are involved. The amalgamation of both the Limerick Youth Service and the FEI will show you, as you said, there's different elements to it. Considering the problems we're having, sadly, in terms of suicide rates in the country as well, Craig, I hear that from both of you that there will be a counsellor and there will be a counsellor dealing with helping people maybe deal with grief in the area as well, which is something that we need to expand on more overall.
Yeah, of course. They'll be exploring a lot of grief and loss. Unfortunately, the suicide rate can be a lot higher, especially in those isolated areas. And there'll be a lot of one-to-one work that Anthony will be doing. And he'll also do a bit of group work. So he'll explore with the young people how to get over grief and loss and see where they start and progress and see where they can end up at the end of it and get on to the next stage.
Yeah, and I know as well, Craig, there's going to be 2 information and registration days, which I suppose you'll want to promote as well ahead of the October 4th start.
Of course, yeah. There'll be one the 14th of September and one the 21st of September from 2 to 3. And people from West Limerick Resources, Froiga, and ourselves at Limerick Youth Service will be outreaching to young people in the area. So you might see us out and about or getting in contact with a few young people as well. Yeah,
and hopefully that would be the case. I suppose just a bit more on the specifics, Jason, as well, to the course. You said it's going to be a 6-week program. It's going to be, I believe, 4 days a week as well. And also, of course, you have you mentioned your fitness test. So although it will be aimed to be enjoyable, I suppose with you at the helm, people will definitely be put through their paces as well.
They certainly will, Adrian. No pain, no gain, I suppose, approach. But look, we'll make it as enjoyable and as inclusive as we can for the people in the area. It's about them, Adrian. That's what it really is, And look, we mentioned boxercise. We know there's a large boxing community in the Skeeton and Rathkeela area. So we'll incorporate some of that into it as well. I'm a big boxing fan myself, so I'm looking forward to that. But we'll do a fitness test, as I said at the beginning, just to get a baseline of where the lads are at. And then they'll see the improvements, I suppose, at the end through the work they've put in. But there'll be a big football element to it, as we know. It's my role as a community football development officer engage people, I suppose, across County Limerick in the game as much as possible, you know, and show them the benefits of it, Adrian.
Yeah, and Craig, obviously the amalgamation between the FEI and Limerick Youth Service on this will certainly be welcomed. And do you think that's something that a relationship that has to continue and has to improve even more so as we go?
Yeah, definitely. Networking between different agencies can be very beneficial instead of just one agency working and doing the same thing that other agencies will be doing, repetitive work and just bouncing ideas off one another, exploring what topics that the young people would benefit from.
Yeah, certainly. And Jason, I suppose the FEI have received their criticisms in the past for different things, more so to do with football. But I suppose there has to be a lot of credit given. As you said, this is a great initiative because it's not just based on football, as we said. It's overall, you've got your counselling element to help people just to talk. Then you said yourself, it's not just football. There's other sports as well as life skills as well. And that's really what you want to hammer home, is that it's more so to do with personal development as much as it is about fitness tests and the whole lot.
That's for sure, Adrian. It really is. And look, I'm in the job with the FEI over 9 years now, very experienced in working in the community. And one thing I've learned over the years on behalf of the FEI, Adrian, is it's about the people and it's about the participants and meeting their needs. You know, it really is. We'll have a football element, as we said, and hopefully at the end of the programme, we'll get a trip to the Aviva for all the participants that complete the programme. You know, but as I said, it's about the people of West Limerick. You know, it's about engaging them, giving them a little bit of focus in their lives. It's for over 18s and it's a fantastic programme. So I really hope people engage in it.
Yeah, and Craig, I suppose on a final note, some people say that when it comes to soccer, that the west side is forgotten, and we'll say when it comes to FEI that the county is almost forgotten some bit, and the city gets a lot of focus. But obviously, with yourselves there involved, you'll be hoping, as I said already, to maybe up the interest you have in your own organisation with the likes of Jason and the West Limerick community.
Yeah, definitely. Talent can come from anywhere really once you apply yourself, and a lot of these young people will apply themselves to this, and hopefully they get somewhere out of it. Once they have a good time, really, is what they're